What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Derek. We're coming in with some free picks for DFS fantasy on both PrizePicks, Sleeper, and Chalkboard. We're going to be doing a little bit of MLB, some WNBA, maybe some other sports. It just depends on what is on the board and where I can find value. So without further ado, let's get into a little bit of a recap of everything that we hit in the past couple of days. Last night we had the Stanley Cup final. If my mouse would work. We had the Stanley Cup final, and we went out the NHL season with a bang. We hit this 10x. We had these time on ice picks, and we had the soccer. Both of these are some correlation picks, meaning that one thing affects another. So Barkov, for example, going less on his time of ice. It correlates to Matthew Tkachuk going less than his time on ice. And as you can see, both of these cashed pretty much, sweat-free, except for Barkov. He was a little bit close, but Tkachuk, he was literally nowhere close. Next, we had Alex Grimaldo to go less than his passes and Aymeric Laporte to go less than his passes. They're on the same team, and they don't really have to play an aggressive style where they're passing a lot and trying to shoot and score. And that's why these two things correlate together. They're both on Spain. And so these are the very profitable strategies that we use in the Juiced Bets Discord. So if you guys want to get access to the Discord, get access to these slips, the link is going to be down in the description. You can get a free 3-day trial to literally basically everything that I play on PrizePicks, and you can talk in the community, and we will help you guys out with any questions that you have. Secondly, we had this one. This was a community slip that someone in the Juice Bets chat sent out, and I decided to tail, and we almost cashed a 10x. We were literally right on all of these picks, except for Sergei Brovsky, the goalie, to go more than 24.5 goalie saves. He actually ended up getting 23. So that would have been absolutely insane. We would have cashed for $200, but both of these cashes last night, can't complain. That's over $600 in profit. So yeah, that's super cool. Let's get into the free picks for today. So coming up first, we have a free pick on the Chalkboard DFS app. If you guys aren't familiar with Chalkboard, it's basically a legal sports book that is legal in almost half the country. So this is a map of where Chalkboard is legal. It's classified as DFS fantasy, just like PrizePicks, UnderDog Fantasy, Sleeper, just like these other apps are. So technically it's in a kind of a gray area between legal and not legal. And as you can see, it's legal in Texas, California, Alaska, North Carolina, Illinois, all these states. So if it's available to you, I highly recommend signing up. And you can use my code DerekBets to get a 100% deposit match. Meaning if you put in $100, they'll give you $100. If you put in $10, they'll give you $10. And including this deposit match, I'll also give you 1 month free of all of my mathematically profitable picks on Chalkboard and Sleeper, as well as some personal PrizePicks plays as well. So if you guys are interested in getting free picks, maybe you don't want to spring the money for the Discord just yet, all you have to do is use my code DerekBets on Chalkboard and send me a DM on Instagram or Twitter @_DerekBets, and I will send you the link to get 1 month free of all my personal plays. And here is my first personal play of today. We have Pete Alonso to go more than 0.5 total bases. This is a banger of a pick, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why right now. So I dove into the data a little bit, and I saw that the hit rate and the consistency for this prop is off the charts. Pete Alonso, bases over 0.5. He's actually hit this line in 7 of his last 8 games. That is an 88% hit rate. Last game he had 0, but that is an outlier. The game before that he had 1, and then he had 2, and then he had a monster game with 4. Then he had 2 consistent games with 3. Before that he had another monster game with 5, and then he had 2 in this game versus the Padres on the 15th. So I think there's a little bit of recency bias with this line. Just because he had 0 in his last game, I think that they kind of adjusted the line a little bit towards even. I don't think this is even at all. I think this should be like -150, -160. And we're getting a 1.4x payout on Chalkboard. I think that is really, really good for this hit rate. Hitting a 88% hit rate in the last 8 games, that's really, really good. And you can see a little bit more of his stats for the 2024 season. He's batting a .241 average, so not amazing, but still, pretty consistent. So I'm feeling pretty good about this pick. So I'll lock this in again on Chalkboard for a 1.4x. For the next pick, we have Juan Soto to go less than 1.5 total bases. And this pick is a banger too. Let me show you some of the data behind this pick, guys. So he has actually failed to exceed 1.5 bases in 7 straight games, Juan Soto. And so that is a 100% hit rate in his last 7 games. So there's not really much you have to say about that. You know, he's only gotten 3 in his last 8 games. So he's been consistent in his last 2 games, getting 1. But before that, 2 games with a dud, and you know, 1 game against Baltimore with a base, and then again 2 games putting up an absolute goose egg. And you can see his batting average for 2024. He's hitting a .305, so that's pretty in line with average. However, he just hasn't been getting these bases, guys. He hasn't been ripping any doubles, any triples. I think he had some singles in this game, but also his batting position, he's often batting when the bases have nobody on them, and the bases are not loaded. So I'm feeling really, really good about this pick as well. I've been watching more baseball, guys. I'm honestly not a big baseball fan, but sometimes I'll turn it on when I'm not doing anything or when I want to collect some data, you know, see how some players are doing. And I'm feeling really good about this pick as well. I locked these 2 picks in for 2.25x, 100 to pay 225. I usually go around 100, maybe $200 sometimes on Chalkboard. That's what I really like about Chalkboard. You can actually do 2-mans and get better odds sometimes than PrizePicks or Sleeper. And so I really recommend that you guys join Chalkboard if it's legal in your state, of course. It's a great complement to having PrizePicks and, you know, regular sports books, as well as DraftKings and FanDuel as well. But without further ado, let's get into the second pick. The second pick is going to be on PrizePicks. It's going to be for you OGs. Maybe if you can't get on, you know, Chalkboard, it's going to be for you guys. So this is a really, really good WNBA pick that I found. We have Sabrina Ionescu. If you guys don't know, she's one of the biggest players in WNBA. She's a superstar, but we're going to be fading her here. I found this really, really good prop. So she has failed to exceed 15.5 first half points, rebounds, and assists in 8 of her last 9 games versus top 5 defense for points allowed. I know that sounds like a mouthful, but basically she's not getting a lot of, you know, action on the court. She's not getting a lot of stats versus top 5 defense for points allowed. So these are going to be these scrappy teams, these tall teams, and these teams that like to keep possession. She's not putting up a lot of stats. And as you can see, in these 9 games, she's only averaging 12.6 first half points, rebounds, and assists. We can dove into the data a little bit. So in her 1 game where she went over this line, she only had 18. So it's not like when she did break this line, she was getting a massive amount of points, rebounds, and assists. She had 14 versus a top 5 defense for points allowed. That was versus the Connecticut. I'm not sure what Connecticut is. I'm honestly not sure what these WNBA teams are. All I know is they make me a lot of money. But before that, she had 6 versus a top 5 defense. That's really, really not good. 13, 13, 10, 15, 13, and 11. So as you can see, she's really, really struggling against these top 5 defensive teams. So I would definitely fade this for the under. And if you guys want a banger pick to put with this, we're going to make a 2-man. I don't usually do 2-mans on PrizePicks because the odds, you know, usually aren't that really good. But this is a special weekend because not only is it Taco Tuesday, so if you guys are on PrizePicks today, they're going to have tacos, which are discounts. You can actually pair it with this play. I lost it real quick. It wasn't loading, so I had to reload the page. But yeah, we got it back in our slip. You can pair this with Jeffrey Esper. If you guys don't know, PrizePicks had like a hot dog eating contest, celebrity hot dog eating contest, where, you know, if they all ate a certain amount of hot dogs combined, we would get a free square. And luckily they met that. So we have this free square, this guy to eat 1 hot dog. Obviously he's going to eat 1 hot dog. So I already used this, so I can't place the slip, but I would max this slip out. I believe it's like $25 is the max. Or if you have a smaller bankroll, excuse me. If you have a larger bankroll, let's say your bankroll is like $1,000, I recommend you max this out for $25. If your bankroll is like $500 or less, I would say put around $10 on this, you know, max. Also, another discount that you guys can use, if you already used that one, or you just want to save that one for another pick, you can use Patrick Mahomes to go over 0.5 season pass yards. This is another free square that PrizePicks gave out. PrizePicks, they give out free squares, basically free wins to keep their customers happy. It's just like a discount, you know, they just take a loss on it. So yeah, you guys can use this free square as well. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. We got two really solid picks. Pete Alonso over 0.5 total bases. Juan Soto less than 1.5 total bases on Chalkboard. And then on PrizePicks, we have Sabrina Anuska to go less than 16.5 first half points, rebounds, and assists. And then, like I said, you can use this free square or this free square. Don't forget to sign up with Chalkboard with my code. It helps to support the channel. I really appreciate it. Helps to put money in my pocket so that I can keep my lights on. And if you want to join the Juice Bets Discord where I get all of my PrizePicks plays, you can get a free 3-day trial in the description.